This is what this person said too. He said, Ak, when you expose that they came at you and they're using an AI article, they made a whole AI website about me. They didn't even use my picture. It was an AI generated thing.
Booming, 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 what up? Booming, booming, hey, booming, what up? Booming, 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 what up? Booming, booming.
What it do, what it does, so you ain't never gotta guess what it was. I'm your host, Saint B Boomin', and we back at it again for another episode of Hip Hop C4. Yeah, and guys, today's topic, we're gonna go ahead and weigh in on Akademiks saying that he got a call from a higher up exec confirming his allegations or confirming his assumptions of Roc Nation and how Jay-Z moves behind the scenes. And we're going to go ahead and weigh in on this situation and weigh in on this subject. And this comes on the aftermath of the Charlamagne and Akademiks sit down. And we're going to go ahead and see what he has to actually say about this. All right, without further ado, let's get off into it.
Start with a semi-monologue. I got some interesting calls in the last week, and I know I haven't streamed that much, but one of the calls I got, I won't tell you from who, maybe you were able to deduce who, but I won't confirm or deny. But it's really one of the most powerful people in the music business. And this person called me, and this person said, hey, Ak, I just got put up on speed on some of the stuff you've been going through, some of the stuff you've spoken on. And I seen a recent sit down, and, I said, I got to reach out to my guy, Ak, because I seen they were trying to label you as manic. Now, this is one of the most powerful guys in music, flat out. I just won't say his name. Maybe you'll figure out who. He says, Ak, I had to reach out to you to tell you you're not crazy. Dude, I'm going through the same thing. Now, I'm beating around the bush here because I don't want to just throw out names. But I want to just parallel, because the things that he even divulged to me that was going on to him, and I said, why don't you say this? And he said, well, I deal with it differently. I'm dealing with it legally. I don't need to speak on it publicly, but I'm dealing with it legally. And he told me some stuff. I'm like, what? That's happening? Whatever. And he said, what you need to realize that we're in uncharted territory. The games that's being played and how people are getting at people it's unprecedented. But there's really only one entity that's playing on that level. And he said, I called you just to let you know, if you ever need legal help, if you ever need whatever, I'm here to back you up. Because trust me. And by the way, without, I don't want to dox him. Not necessarily dox him, but I don't want to. But he said, didn't you see some stuff pop up about me? And it looks so beautiful and so good. Where did that come from? This is what this person said too. He said, Ak, when you expose that they came at you and they're using an AI article, they made a whole AI website about me. They didn't even use my picture. It was an AI generated thing. Anyway, the story that connects to this is the important one. The story is that we got to go back to 10 years before now. So I think that would be the Jay-Z's 20th. It's not necessarily a Jay-Z thing. For some of you, I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about Jay-Z. No. But I do want to put this in perspective. I want to give you the story. 2016 and 2015, actually, 2015 going to 2016 was a very pivotal year. That's the year that streaming really got established. Streaming's really only about 10 years old, where it's now ubiquitous. And in establishing streaming, you essentially saw a lot of moving parts. Again, the person who I'm talking about is not some random guy who's pushing paper at a place. This is a guy who, if we're going to speak about the history of streaming, his name could not be left out either. I'm just not going to say his name. You'll figure it out. Well, he said, check this out. I'll give you this interesting tidbit. Well, 10 years ago, there's about 13 or 14 artists that line up on stage alongside Jay-Z. And they're there for the Tidal announcement. And it was everybody. The who's who of artists. The who's who of artists. You see J. Cole. Is this, what's his name? I forgot his name. You see Deadmau5. You see Kanye. Here's Jay. Rihanna's somewhere going to be in the mix. You're going to see Nicki Minaj. Everybody is there. Oh, I'll say the names. Usher, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Madonna, Deadmau5, Kanye, Jay, Jason Aldean, Jack White, Daft Punk, Beyonce. He said, well, let me give you this little knowledge right here. So when this happens, there's supposed to be one more artist on that stage. It's the artist that we're all thinking about. It's the artist that is the highest streamed, or the most streamed artist of all time on Apple Music. It's the artist that is the most significant artist that helped build this streaming shit.
We're going to stop it right there. So he done already set the stage for me, so I'm going to just go ahead and take it there because he's building up suspense. So check this out, guys. 2015, what came out in 2015? Views came out in 2015. Now, Jay-Z did have all these artists lined up to go ahead and do the relaunch of Tidal. Jay-Z was supposed to have Drake go and release his album through Tidal exclusively that year. Drake said, you know what? I got options on the table. Jay-Z, yeah, that's cool. We could go ahead and work some business out, but I think I'm going to take my talents over here to Apple Music. Apple Music cut the check for $20 million. He went over there with Larry Jackson. That's the man who's talking to Akademiks. Larry Jackson sat up there. He did business with Drake. He did the move. Drake went over there, released his music earlier, stepped on the Tidal rollout, and views blew up. It did 1 million its first week. Now, to go into further evidence of this, I sat up there and I looked at an article, and I will show you the evidence of this article. And it shows that Larry Jackson actually has filed lawsuits this year in April against certain entities, which we will not speak on, but y'all all guess, y'all all know who that is. And it shows how they were actually smearing his name and even went as far as into detail about the things that he were doing as far as laundering and, you know, all these other things when it comes to music dealings. Jay-Z didn't forget how Larry Jackson actually took Drake away from him and actually stepped on his Tidal rollout. Roc Nation is very petty. Y'all see how he already moves behind the scenes. Y'all see how he cease and desist people. He shush people. All of these other things. But, guys, I just wanted to go ahead and tell y'all, Akademiks got that call from Larry Jackson. And he goes into greater detail. If you haven't checked out this video, go to the Academy page and check this little video out and see what he's talking about on there. Guys, let me know what you think about this situation. Is it an ongoing battle between Akademiks and Roc Nation? Is Akademiks really tripping? Higher-ups are reaching out to Akademiks behind the scenes, letting him know that his feelings are validated. You tell me what you think. Get in the comment section. Talk to me. I'll talk back. And if you like content like this, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because it pushes your boy into the algorithm. I'm your host, Same B Bowman. I'm gone. Peace.